Hello everyone. Today in this video, I'm going to discuss the recently conducted exam by JKPSC for lectureship for 10 plus 2 subject geology. So, what I'm going to discuss in this 3-4 points I will discuss. First is how much is going to the cutoff. What are the question? Is there any question that we can contradict with the tentative answer key or provisional answer key, and how much is going to be the cutoff and how much is the level of the exam. Okay, and in this video I will also explain all 100 questions so that in future while you give this exam you will get good marks. Okay, and I will also share some key points with respect to exams. Okay, hope you learn something from this video, and with respect to cutoff you can also get an idea. Okay, now the very first question is very basic question with respect to earthquake, and they are talking about focus. Okay, and focus is the point. Okay, suppose this is some tectonic boundary. Okay, now for reverse wall anything there. Okay, and suppose earthquake occur at this place, and this is our surface. Okay, we call this point as a focus point. Okay, and above, directly above this on the surface, we call it as a epicenter. Okay, so option first is for epicenter. Okay, not for focus. Okay, and the actual location of the earthquake, okay, shock below ground surface is our answer. Okay, so it's our answer is B. Okay, and remaining two options, measure of amplitude of an earthquake wave is Y, and destruction. Okay, destruction is measure of magnitude. Okay, and amplitude is for intensity. Okay, next question is acid mine drainage. Okay, as the term acid came, okay, and it is generally related with mines. Okay, and what kind of mines? Like coal mines, like copper mines. Okay, in coal mines and copper mines we get pyrites. Okay, in coal we get secondary pyrite, and in copper deposit we get primary. Okay, and after the weathering of this, or getting, if pyrite is reacted with water, we can get sulfides. Okay, okay, FeS2 is the form of pyrite, so we get sulfide in this. So our answer is this. Okay, it is not a bicarbonate, not a reducing environment. Okay, it is an oxidizing condition. Okay, next question is basic question, and the question is the concentric layer of earth. It is a very basic question. Okay, crust, mantle, and core. Likewise, so our answer is third one. Oh, sorry, first one. Okay, and fourth question is it is also basic question. Okay, present keys to the past is related with uniformity, and it is given by James Sutton. Okay, and the next question is the process of weathering is mostly. Weathering is a in situ process. Okay, diastrophic processes are mountain building processes. Okay, and endogenic processes are which occur within the earth. Okay, like earthquake, volcanic eruptions, like that. Okay, and this is endogenic, and exogenics are weathering. Weathering itself is a exogenic. Okay. And in weathering, there are two, three terms. Okay. First, a rock is breakdown. Suppose this is a rock. First, it is breakdown. Then it is transport, and then it is deposit. First, it breakdown. Okay. And this whole process is not called as a, all the three stages are not called as a weathering. Only this stage we call it as a weathering. Okay. And I will leave one question for you. The complete cycle, what we call, if you know, just mention that process. Okay, what we call that process. Okay. And now the weathering is a in situ process. Okay. Next question is, which among the following is slowest process of mass movement? That is creep. Okay. Rest all are sudden movements. Okay. And the next question is, seventh one is epiorogenic movement. Okay. One is epiorogenic. Epiorogenic means there is no tectonic activity involved. Okay. Only the upliftment of the block is involved, but okay, not any boundary. Okay, only the upliftment. Okay. So it is a large scale vertical movement, and the rest three are all related with the plate boundaries. Okay. So this is not the answer. Right answer is D1. Okay. Next question is higher concentration of radon. It is a simple question, so our answer is lung cancer. Okay. So next question is a thin layer of limonitic clay with higher concentration of iridium is likely to be associated with. It is related with the means Deccan volcanism. Okay. Okay. So it is our answer is Cretaceous tertiary boundary. Okay, it is a mass extinction. Okay, where dinosaur got extinct. Okay, and with this we get iridium layers. Okay, within India, in northeast part we are getting this layer. Okay, iridium deposit means not a thick deposit, only a layer in which the iridium is enriched. Okay, so with respect to that we can say that it is a Cretaceous boundary. Okay. Next question is a ring shaped coral reef. Okay, that enclose a lagoon without any island inside. Sorry, without any land inside. Okay, means that that part. Suppose this is means the coral reefs are generally built on a volcano. Okay, first it will start like this, and like this, and the volcano is going means subsidize. Okay, by I will tell. Okay, I will tell you. Okay, means suppose this is our mid-oceanic ridge. Okay, and suppose volcano is formed over here. Okay, with the passage of time, new crust will created here. Na? Oceanic crust is created here, na? And it will move like this. And initially it is here. Now it is here. Okay, and the mid-oceanic ridge part is higher than this part. Okay, why it is higher? It depends upon the thickness means the viscosity of the magma. Okay, so now coming back to the question, the coral reefs are growing like this, and it will reach up. Suppose this is going down due to subsidizing. Okay, and the coral reefs grow slowly, and once it come, it will cover all, and only this kind of pattern is appearing on the surface, in which we are getting inside a lagoon, and it is surrounded by a ring shape coral reef. It is a kind of ring shape. Okay, other kinds are also there, like means this answer is cut out. Okay, fringings are means the initial stage. Barrier is the intermediate stage. Okay, it is also a basic question. Okay, next question is the fluvial erosional process involving rounding and shaping of pebbles and boulders among themselves is most likely referred to as. Okay, means main word. We also search for the main word. Okay, here the main thing is among themselves means the boulder and cobbles are colliding with one another, and that process we call it as a attrition. Abrasion is like when we scratch something with something, na? Okay, we call it as abrasion. Okay, and the other things are related with the hydraulic action is with the water movement. Okay, like potholes that are formed due to hydraulic action. Okay, one word is corrosion, one is corrosion. Okay, both are different. Okay, don't get confused. Okay, and if I will explain all now, then video is getting too long. So something the most interesting things I will highlight. Okay, next question is select the sequence where all are fluvial deposits. Okay, how we will answer this question means deposits. Okay, this is not a deposit. Okay, this is not a deposit. Pothole is not a deposit. So our answer is this. Only with this single we can answer our question. Okay. Next question is exfoliation. It is a basic question and its answer is physical weathering. Okay. Next question is not an aeolian deposit. Okay. Oh, aeolian erosion. Okay. And we know that this is related with the glacier deposit, glacier erosion deposit. The glacier. So if a stream are offset in directions that opposes the regional slope, okay, the cause of the offset, okay, suppose this is our regional slope, okay, the water is flowing like this, okay, and suddenly the water is flowing in the opposite direction. This is only happen when some tectonic activity, suppose forces from here and uplift this area, okay, little bit. Okay, now the course of the stream is flowing in some other directions. Okay, not the whole area but some part of the area, so that the water is flowing in the other directions. Okay, from the regional slope. Okay, we call it as a, this is due to a structural. Okay, only it is more likely to be related with the tectonic cause. Okay, next question is stalagmite and one word is stalactite. Stalactite. Okay, I'm writing stalactite above and stalagmite below. Always you always write like this. Okay, C is above, M is below. Okay, so it means stalactites are growing from roof. Okay, and stalagmites are growing from floor upward. Okay, and if these two were joined, we call it as a columnar joints. Okay, not columnar joint, it's columnar. Okay, so our answer is it is growing up on the floor. Okay, next option is the mapping of marine magnetic anomaly. We are mapping magnetic anomaly which are symmetrically present at the mid-oceanic ridge. Okay, okay, so this is our mid-oceanic ridge. Okay, I will construct 3D. Okay, we are getting band like this. Okay, parallel band, reverse and normals. Okay, so these marine magnetic anomaly map will help us to find out the means rate of sea floor spreading. Okay, from that we can also tell that how much this concept we will use in that polar wandering curve also. Okay, but in polar wandering we usually mostly use hotspots. Okay, hotspots dot. Okay, so with respect to mid-oceanic ridge, this is our answer. Okay, estimating the sea floor spreading. This is the direct with respect to plate tectonic. Okay, but indirectly we can get also these two. Okay, we can contradict this question. Okay, if somebody has some data, you can contradict this question. This data you will get from the research papers. Okay, but these are indirectly. Okay, because from mid-oceanic region we will get our suppose Indian Ocean is right now opening, and due to that, means Indian plates are colliding with the Asian plate now, and mountains are getting higher and higher, and due to erosion also, rising is there in the Himalaya. Some rate we can calculate from that mid-ocean, not exactly, but some. Okay, and there is a particular limit up to that continent means that mountain get higher. Okay, after that you will get eroded. Okay, because certain angle is there, certain angle of weathering is there. Okay, okay, so we can contradict this question. Okay, if somebody want, but these are indirectly related. Okay, okay. Next question is which one of the following is most appropriately, and one more thing is that mid-oceanic ridge is and okay, and these two are related with mountain rising, and these are convergent plate boundaries. Okay, okay. So the person who built this question making with respect to this, but it effect is on this also. Okay, next question is which one of the following is most appropriately related to the continental shelf. Continental shelf, suppose this is our continental and this is our sea and this is our mid-oceanic ridge where plate is created, and this is the zone between oceanic crust and continental crust. This is our sea. First we will get continent crust, then we will get slope, continental shelf, then we get continental slope, and then we will get continental rise and upsell plane. Okay, like this. And they are talking about this part. Okay, continental shelf. Okay, continental shelf have a slope of 1 degree. Okay, always remember this. So this option is going to be wrong. Okay, they are formed at divergent plate boundary. No, divergent boundary here where mid-oceanic ridge is formed. Okay, these are passive margins. Okay, okay, formed at passive margins. Okay, continental shelves are formed at passive margins. Okay, and it is a continuation of oceanic crust. No, it is a continuation of continental oceanic continental crust. Okay, not a oceanic crust. Okay, so our right answer is this. All others are wrong. Okay, next question is semi-enclosed coastal areas that are partially surrounded by land and open to sea on one side are most likely to be referred as. This is okay. This side is our land and this part is our sea, and this shape we call it as a bay. Okay, we call it as a bay. In bus stop, we will see now bus will come like this and going like this. Okay, So we call it as a bay. Beach is another. These are not linked with this. Okay, it is a very simple question. Okay. Now next question is the tectonic setting of today Himalaya. It is very simple question. All it is continental creasing. Next question is which among the following is not true about a homogeneous deformation? Okay, not true. Okay, and they're talking about homogeneous. Homogeneous means material is same and deformation is also same type of forces are applied. Okay, and if same type of forces are applied, we will get a systematic deformation. Okay, the state must be a systematic across the body that has been deformed. Yes. Okay, uniform is there. Okay, because homogeneous deformation. Okay, and third option is the lines that are parallel in the body before deformation. Suppose this is our body and these are the lines. If we apply force from over and below, after deformation these lines will get thin but remain as it is. Okay, so this option is also right. And in the third option, straight lines that exist in the non-rigid body before deformation become elliptical and curved. These things happen only in shearing, if shearing is there. Okay, and non-homogeneous force is deformation is there. Okay, so this is the all these are correct, but this is the right option. Okay, option D is the right option. Okay, next question is in an oblique slip fault. Oblique slip fault is in between normal and strike slip fault. Okay, okay. Suppose this is our block 3D. I'm trying to construct so that you can understand much better. Okay, I will construct some. Suppose this is our block. Yes, this is our fault plane. Okay, okay. If it is normal fault, our circle lines are like this in this direction. Okay, parallel perpendicular to this fault plane strike. Okay, and if it is a strike slip fault, its movement is like this, horizontal. Okay, parallel to that data. Okay, our data. Okay, strike slip data means our fault data. Okay, it is perpendicular to our fault data. It is parallel to. And in oblique slip fault, if oblique slip fault, this is related with 0 degree. This is related with 90 degree. Okay, and in between, if there is some movement, okay, not in these two directions. Okay, we will means between 0 to 90 degree, we call it as a oblique slip fault. Okay, so this option is for not for it is for normal fault. Okay, and this is the true option. Okay, this is our wrong option. Okay, so our statement is B is true. Okay, only. Next question is a very low angle fault where hanging wall moves. First of all, we should know that above the fault plane we call it as a hanging wall, and below the fault plane we call it as a footwall. And in this question, they are telling that hanging wall is moving up related to the footwall. We call it as a, and if it is going up, we call it as a thrust. And one more thing is that uh, in normal fault, hanging wall moves goes down. Okay, just remember this. Okay, and in strike fault, we will not get hanging. Means we get a horizontal movement. Okay, Next question is an unconformity where tilted or folded blocks are overlain by younger, more horizontal formations can be appropriately classified as. They are talking about suppose below lying beds are like this and go over like this. Means low lying beds means lower beds are getting uh, tectonically disturbed. Okay, and their dip and other things are getting changed. Okay, one more thing is that low lying beds are getting folded also. Okay, so this type of patterns are formed in this unconformity. We call it as a angular unconformity. Okay, non-unconformity when igneous body of that we are getting sedimentary body. We call it as a non-conformity. Disconformity or paranconformity are when strata are below low lying and above strata are parallel to each other. Okay, one is regional scale, one is local scale. Okay, next question is next question is 25th one is a line joining point of maximum curvature. Suppose this is our fold. Maximum curvature is here. We call it as a fold hinge. Okay, and where it is maximum height, we call it as a crust. Okay, and our option is fold hinge. Okay, maximum curvature. Okay, so now next question is foliation. Foliations are first read the options which have okay, and try to answer by yourself first. Okay, foliation is related with cleavage. Okay, and myelinization is related with high strain environment. Okay, because material getting crushed. Okay, and this gorge and brush is related with faulted rock, and this trend is related with plunge. Okay, so right option is option D. Z-shape kink folds are mostly approximately be called as. Okay, synstral or dextral will come. Okay, and I will tell you. Suppose this is our these are component bed and this is incomponent bed. Okay, okay, and we apply a force from here. Okay, we are getting like this incomponent layer behave like okay, and if we look at this part now, from this we can get a sense of shear. We are getting Z here and we are getting S here. Okay, and where this angle is going now, we will mark our arrow like this. From that we can get our shear sense. Okay, here it is like this. Okay, and they are talking about Z. So we are getting at the this is our right side, this is our left side. Okay, and this okay, now this side on left side we will synstral, oh sorry, dextral will form. Okay, on the right side synstral will form. Okay, how we will remember this, how we will remember this? D will start like this now, arrow. Okay, this arrow will start like this now. Okay, like this. For us, same thing. This is our arrow. Okay, okay. So our option, right answer is, sorry, this one is dextral one. Okay. Next question is, At or near the surface of Earth, mostly the strike slip faults form when. Okay, this type of questions are understand by 3D blocks. Okay, change the color so that you can understand much better. Okay, strike slips are faults are like this. Okay, I'm constructing one in a 3D. Okay, okay, I'm just constructing one. Okay, here always remember that sigma 2 is always vertical, not horizontal. Okay, the means where this point will form, no? Where this cross point will form. Okay, that where these two means this plane and this plane intersect. Okay, that axis where these 2 points are intersecting, we call it as a sigma 2. Okay, okay, sigma 1 is a, there are three principal stress axes. Okay, and it will form like this. Okay, we'll construct first. Okay, like this. Where this acute angle will form, it means that direction is for sigma 1 and it is horizontal. Okay, and this is sigma 3. Okay, and this vertical one that is going inside. Okay, we call it as a sigma 2. Okay, in this case sigma 2 is not horizontal, it is vertical in strike slip fault. Okay, in normal and reverse fault it is horizontal. Okay, sigma 2, but and sigma 1 is vertical, they are telling. No, sigma 1 is also horizontal. Okay, so both options are wrong. Okay, in this case if you need more detailed video on this, I will explain that separately. Okay, because it is because all the three blocks I have to construct, and what why these why I'm looking at this acute angle, why I'm applying sigma 1 to that direction, all those things. If you want to know, you just mention in the comment box. Okay, next question is, with a few exceptions, in general the cleavage plane cutting bedding discordantly and is commonly. Okay, suppose this is our wide folding or deformation, we will get cleavages. Okay, suppose this is our fold and we are getting cleavage. Axial plane is like this, parallel to this we are getting so many cleavages. Okay, okay, so now on a small scale as well as large scale we will see these relationship. Okay, in field itself and in microscope also we can see this. Okay, so our right option is penetrate at outcrop and a microscopic scale both. Okay, we'll see if we will in field we will construct this. Okay, we will take a part of this now for microscopic study, in that we can also see. Okay, the things that are present on a larger scale means smaller scale. Now this bigger fold is a smaller scale, not a larger scale. Okay, terminology is reverse. Okay, so in the next question, which of the following is most appropriately true about king folds? Okay, so these folds are formed when already one deformation took place, or means due to that foliation will develop. Foliation can be primary or secondary. Okay, so if a rock already have that foliation, and if foliation is alignments of flaky minerals. Okay, suppose this is flaky minerals. Okay, and again if we will apply force, so they are getting like this. Okay, like this, or like one limb is more and one limb is shorter one. Okay, if both the limbs are equal, we call it as chevron fold, and if they are not symmetric means symmetrical volume. Okay, and their hinge is sharp. Okay, in the first they are telling the curved hinge are present in this normal fold or symmetrical folds. Okay, so our right option is 30th one. Okay, the next option is which of the following is an example of restaining structure designed for controlling landslides. Okay, all these are all these three are these two are related with igneous structure, and this is related with the form due to the sedimentary deformation, means structural deformation buddings. So one option is remaining, that is retaining walls. Okay, next question is which of the following has proved most effective in reducing percolation of water through foundation of dams. Okay, percolation of water means the seepage of water that are going beneath the foundation or like that. Okay, so it is grouting. Groutings we generally done where there is a weak rock. Okay, and due to that water can penetrate through that and it will further affect the structure. Okay, structure may be damaged, or in future some dam may be, if more water is there, and dam may be destroyed. Okay, so we will do grouting. Grouting can also done in other like tunnels, landslides. Okay, so next question is consider the following statement. Okay, the compressive strength of sandstone is also influenced by its porosity. Okay, first we will know about porosity. Okay, porosity is the pore spaces present within a rock. Okay, suppose this is our rock and we are getting some pore spaces. Okay, the porosity is these are voids. Okay, volume of voids divided by volume of whole rock sample. Okay, there are some other definitions also. Okay, I'm not going in that detail. Okay, so now compressibility is when we are applying some force on it. Okay, okay, if pore space is more, then it is going to be compressed, and that space, that void space is getting reduced. So it means what? So though, so it is affected by porosity. Okay, and the second option is reasoning. What they are giving, the porosity may be defined as a ratio of volume of rock to the volume of interconnecting pores. Interconnecting pores means this, when these pores are interconnecting with each other, and but we call it as interconnecting porosity. We call we use in that uh, we call it as a intrinsic permeability. Okay, so we need volume of voids above volume of voids, total volume in the denominator. Okay, so this reasoning is wrong. So only A is true and R is. And the next question is which of the following is not related to piping failure in the earth dam? So what does it mean? Okay, it occur when, suppose this is a earth dam. Okay, in this it is impermeable layer. Okay, and this is our constructed this. Okay, this side we have a reservoir. So suppose some water is percolating here and it is seepage here, and it will pick, means it will take fine particles with him, and slowly this seepage means gap will be created. Okay, and after that the whole structure can be damaged. Okay, so it will start with slow. Okay, so the correct option is it occur when the hydraulic gradient is low. Okay, that is why there is a very less loss of head over a short distance. Okay, initially it is, and with the passage of time it will increase. Okay, next question is which of the following is not directly related and least likely to impact over break during tunneling? Okay, over break. Okay, not related. Okay, if we look at these three terms now, these terms are related with means like rock type, what kind of rock type it is fractured or not, rock discontinuity, excavation method, what kind of excavation method we are using, and this term, the coefficient, is a remote sensing term. Okay, so this is our answer. Okay, next question is for estimation of unique unconfirmed compressive strength UCS of rock. The rock specimen is loaded. It is loaded like this. Okay, force is applied like this. So this is the longer length now. Okay, we call it as a longitudinal axis. Okay, along longitudinal without lateral strain. Okay. We are not applying anything here now, so that's why without. Okay, next question is which one of the following is not likely to directly link to an earthquake hazards? Okay, so all these are landslide during earthquake occur. Now these landslides frequently take place, liquefaction take place, and tsunami also take place. Okay, so this is our answer. Okay, it is not directly related with the earthquakes. Okay, earthquake hazards. Okay, next question is dam axis. Dam axis is always perpendicular to the strike of the geological formation. Okay, suppose this is our construct 3D. Okay, and our data is like this. Below data is there like this, and I have constructed dam over here. Okay, so dam axis is like this, and it is always perpendicular to the strike. This is our strike now. It is perpendicular. Okay, if it is parallel, leakage chances are there along the bedding plane. Okay, and in this case also. Okay, so that's why this is our answer. Next question is from oldest to youngest. The correct. This is a very basic question. Okay, so you should know the whole sequence of geological formation. Okay, Cambrian, Ordovician, Silurian, Devonian, Carnivorous, Permian, Triassic, Jurassic, Cretaceous. Up to Cretaceous they are asking. So we will see now. Cambrian is not there. Cambrian, Ordovician is not there. Permian is there. Triassic, Jurassic, Cretaceous. So our answer is this one. Which of the following is not a conventional unit of lithostratigraphy? Lithostratigraphy, no? So this is a biostratigraphy term. Okay. Next question is dendritic drainage patterns mostly emerge in location. Dendritic patterns are generally formed over where homogeneous material is there without any structural control. Okay, if it is structural control, trellis pattern will form or some other patterns will form. Okay. Next question is branch of branch of paleontology that deals with the process of fossilization, that is taphonomy. Next question is which of the following is not a Gondwana plant fossils? That is this one. It is a shwalik fossil. Okay. All other three are Gondwana fossil. Gamopteris and Glossopteris form present in the lower Gondwana and Patalophylum is in the upper. Next question. An individual lithophase represents an individual depositional event and is the rock unit mostly defined on the basis of its distinctive. Okay, they're talking about lithophase, individual lithophase, how we will represent that. Okay, so on the basis of, it is a sedimentary term. Okay, so grain size is important, that bedding character is also there, composition is also there, and sediment structure is also there. So our option is this one. Okay, here bedding character is option in all the three options. Okay, next question is Shiva Pithecus primitives. Okay, is present within Shwalik, not present in Gondwana or other. Okay. Next question is sediments formed by weathering, erosion, transportation. Oh, I already asked one question regarding this. Okay, what we call this whole process. Okay, in the beginning. Okay, in situ, that weathering, no? Weathering is in situ or not? Weathering is in situ. Okay, but whole process what we call, use mention in the comment box if you know that process. Okay. Okay, so due to weathering, erosion, and transportation, we will get clastic rocks. Okay, chemical rocks are formed by precipitation. Okay, and biochemicals are formed like coral reefs. Okay. Next question is which of the following is not correct about diagenesis? Okay, so diagenesis is a process when the sediment is got deposited and after that some changes took place. Okay, we call that process like compaction and like compaction. Okay, we call that process as a diagenesis. Okay, so in that process physical and chemical changes took place. Okay, and rock water rock interaction is also there, the microbial action is also there. Okay, so we have to answer which one is not correct. Okay, it excludes surface alteration and deep metamorphism. Okay, surface exclude. Okay, it excludes surface alteration and deep metamorphism. Okay, and next option is it includes surface alteration. Yes, it includes surface alteration as well as deep metamorphism. Okay, so this is the wrong option. Okay, so our next question is on the Wentworth grain scale, size scale for sediments, the size of sand. The size of sand is this one. Okay, this is for it is 1/60 now. We call it is for clay silt. Sorry, it is for sand. Okay, this is for granule. Like this, boulder, cobble, pebble, granules. So this is for pebble. Okay. Next question is bed that show. Next question is the beds that show gradation from coarser particles at the base to finer particle at the top are most frequently classified as. This is a very simple question. Okay, coarser is at the bottom and it is getting. Okay, it is like this. Okay, so it is a grading, normal grading. Okay, coarser are at the bottom and finer are at the top. Now it is a normal grading. Okay, it is a kind of graded bedding with normal grading. And the next question is cross bedding formed primarily by the migration of ripples and dune. Okay, suppose this is our sand mount. Wind is coming from here. It will pick sand grain from here and deposit this side. Okay, and due to that, we are getting like this feature like this. Okay, we call it as a cross bedding, and it is formed due to migration of it formed in water as well as in air. Next question is the presence of gneissic rock fragment in sedimentary rock indicate. If we are getting a sedimentary rock here, suppose, and we are getting fragments, okay, of metamorphic rock. That is gneiss. Okay, this is sedimentary. Okay, so what we calculate means it means this fragment is coming from the source now, so source should be metamorphic. Okay, because we are getting fragment of gneissic rock. Okay, now 52, this is a sandstone classification question, so we will directly go to this. Okay, more than 25% rock fragment. If there is more than 25 rock greater than 25% rock, now it is a arkose or lithic arenite. Okay, and one more thing is that rock fragments are more than the feldspar. If feldspar is greater than 25%, we call it as arkose. Okay, and in that case, feldspar is more than the rock fragment. But if rock fragment are more than the feldspar and is more than 25%, we call it as a lithic arenite. Okay, next question is geotrophs are. Okay, geotrophs are, first of all, these are formed within the sea due to precipitation. Okay, so it is a silica and it formed below the CCD. Okay, above the CCD we can also get. Okay, but that composition is SiO2 composition is different. Okay, means SiO2 is above and above the CCD and below CCD is there SiO2, but the means form is different. Okay, so it is a fine grained, dense and very hard. Okay, and it form mostly with the BIF and the things. Okay, and What are the minerals that are present within chalcedony and opals? Okay, these are not a crystal, these are amorphous forms. Okay, so our all options are correct. So our right option is all of the above. Okay, next question is the statement that vertical succession of phases reflects lateral changes in the sedimentary environment is mostly closely related to is related with weather law. Okay, what this law tell? Suppose this is our coastline. Here we are getting limestone. Here we are getting limestone. Here we are getting sand, and here we are getting clay. Okay, suppose sea level rises. Okay, this limestone come over here, and this sandstone is coming over here, and this clay is coming over here. So now, if we look at this part now, we are getting also change, and laterally also there is a change in variation. Okay, so this law tells that. Okay, lateral as well as vertical. Okay, both. Next is which of the following is an example of metamorphic rock? It is a simple question. Okay, so it is a phyllite. Shale, slate, phyllite, nice, schist, nice. Okay, so you can see. Which of the following is the agent of metamorphism? Heat, pressure, all are agent. Okay. Next question is when substantial chemical change accompanies metamorphism involving introduction or removal of chemical elements by fluid, approximately the process is called. We call it as a metamorphism. Okay, all these processes are related with the magma differentiation. Okay, next question is these are magma differentiation. Okay. Okay. Next question is which of the following is true about the process of metamorphism? Okay, so metamorphism is it what is first option is it does not involve change in mineral content or composition. No, mineral uh, it involve. Okay, next question is it does not involve any change in microstructure of the rock. No, it involve. Okay, uh, the next option is dominantly the changes are in solid state. Yes, mostly. Okay, and this is again a fractional crystal. It is a magma differentiation process. Okay, so right option is this one. This is again magma differentiation process. Okay, which one of the following is the lowest grade species? Okay, developed in a regional terrain. Okay, so the lowest one is always this one, green schist facies. Okay, blue schist and eclogites are formed at subduction zone. Okay, here we are getting. Okay, first we are getting blue schist, and in depth we are getting eclogite. Okay, and this suppose here we are getting like this, and magma is coming up. We are getting granulite grade rock, then we are getting amphibolite grade rock, then we are getting blue schist, then we are getting pianite pumphalite, then we are getting zeolite grade. Okay, this is a sequence. Okay, in regional. Okay, next question is the metamorphism of local extent that affects the country rock around a magma body is. This is contact manner. It is a simple question. Okay, suppose this is our some intrusion took place, and around this we are getting some. local extent. Okay, we call that as a contact metamorphism. Okay. Next question is the clockwise PT, PTT path. Okay, observed in uh, metamorphic terrain mostly indicates. It means PTT path is mostly indicate the crustal thickening. Okay, it is like this. One side it is temperature, one side it is pressure, and with the passage of time in continent to continent closer to place, we are getting first increase in pressure. Okay, suddenly. Then at a certain limit, pressure is not exceeding, then temperature got exceeding, and then if erosion took place, then it is like this. Okay, so whole process is related with the thickening of the crust. Okay, because continental continent closing took place. Okay. Next, there are some retro. This is a prograde. Okay, retrograde movement is also there. Okay, if you need a more detail on this topic separately, you just mention in the comment box. I will try to make video on this. This is also means interesting topic for all other exams. Okay, because it is a little difficult also. Next question is the crystals in the rock are readily visible with the naked eye. Okay, in such case, we can easily means crystals are visible with the naked eye, so it is phonetic. If it is not seen with the naked eye, we can say that aphonetic. Okay. So next is carbonatite. Carbonatite is a igneous rock. Okay, greater than 50% CaCO3. Okay, carbonates. Okay. Like limestone, dolomite are also carbonatite rocks. Okay, but these are sedimentary rocks. But carbonatite itself is a igneous rocks. Okay, don't get confused with these two. Okay, which of the following is a felsic alkali volcanic igneous rock with alkali felspar and nepheline in it? Okay, so it is phonolite. Okay, picrite is olivine rich, but nepheline is not there. Okay, basanite also contain olivine. Okay, but this does not contain olivine. Okay, in it. Okay, it is felsic. Okay, rest of the things contain olivine. Okay, and next question is two formations with this is a little interesting. Okay, two formations with same porosity. Okay, but different grain size. If one have a grain size is like this, and one is having grain size like this. Okay, then both having means the grains having means if both are of same material. Okay, then the specific gravity, not specific gravity, specific yield is not getting same. Okay, because finer grain and this coarser, little coarser one. Okay, finer grain have more area as comparison to this one. Okay, surface area of grain. Okay, overall surface area of grains are more in finer grain. Okay, due to that, and there is one more thing, that if grains are finer, they cannot easily. Okay, they can not easily means the means the water stick with that. Okay, grains. Okay, and they not easily means drain out. Okay, so specific yield is while we are taking water from that now. Okay, water is present within these pore spaces left. Okay, so and specific yield is also different in both the cases. Okay, same is will not come. Okay, specific retention is the water that are remains after removing. Okay, within the pore spaces. Okay, same specific storage is also not same. Okay, I already told no? The area is not same. Okay, so it means specific storage is also different. Okay, so right option is 65, means all are different. Okay, all the things are different. Okay, next question is the upper surface of the zone of saturation in an unconfined aquifer is most appropriately referred to as upper surface of unconfined aquifer. Okay, so it is water table. Okay, piezometric surface is for confined aquifer. They are asking for unconfined. Okay, next question is the the base flow. Okay, contribution to stream during non-monsoon season. Okay, is generally in non-monsoon the base. Suppose this is our river and water is the groundwater is provided to the stream. Okay, so we call that as a effluent. If it is reverse, we call it as a influent. If it is equal, okay, if water is going up, we call it as a influent. If water is going down from the river, we call it means it will give water to the water table. Okay, recharging. Okay, next question is which of the following is one amongst a set of assumptions desired for the solution of unsteady radial flow condition in a confined aquifer using Thies equation. Okay, Thies equation is applies to material should be homogeneous, isotropic, constant discharge, as well as these unsteady radial conditions. Okay, all the options are means all the ABC are correct. Okay, so all of the is the answer. Okay, next question is for estimating drawdown in a pumping well at a time. We need to subtract the static depth to the water level before pumping. Okay, so suppose we are pumping water. Okay, this is the initial position of the water. Okay, after pumping this water level will go down. Okay, but before starting we have to calculate this. Okay, this is after pumping. Okay, so our right option is the depth of the water in the pump well at the time. Okay, this is at the time before pumping. Okay, after pumping. Okay, we have to manage this. Okay, first. Next question is this is a numerical type question. Okay, the average linear or the question is, so in this question what we have to calculate. Okay, first we will go to the hydraulic conductivity they are asking to calculate. Okay, how I means how we can approach this question. We will, if somebody don't know the formula of this question, look at this unit of this. Okay, unit is meter, so if this is means 0.2 is by minute. So these two terms either divide or need to divide. First I will put 0.25 above in. Okay, in another case below. Okay, Okay, so here 100 will cut in denominator, we will get 25 by 5 and we will get 5. Okay, 5 into 2 is 10 and 1 point will come now. So it is like this. Okay, so in this case same 5 by 25 and we will get 1 by 5. Okay, and again it is dividing this. Okay, so we will get point 1. Point 1 is not the answer, so right answer is this without formula. Okay, so now 0.2 is the means how we will calculate. Formula is effective porosity divided by, sorry, so our formula is linear or initial velocity divided by hydraulic gradient into effective porosity. Okay, this is the answer for hydraulic conductivity. Formula about this. Okay, next question is for an analysis of pumping test data pertaining to non-equilibrium flow for from observation well near to a pumping well in a confined aquifer. Which of the following method uses log graph paper? Okay, this is this method. Okay, next question is, this is a very simple question. Okay, this question, so always remember this 40h. Okay, and this is the height above the water table. Okay, means above the height means draw first. Suppose this is our coastline. Here we are getting C. This is the curve. Okay, this is our water table. Suppose. Okay, and this is the coastal area. Okay, water table is here, and this is the height. This is the H that I'm talking. Okay, above the water table. Okay, so our answer is this one. Distribution will help us to means tell us the what means boundary between the saline and the fresh water. Okay, next question, general question. Okay, general question, you can directly get this from groundwater book. Okay, and it is a three dimension because xyz is there. Okay, and it is a non-equilibrium. If it is equilibrium we will get 0 here. Okay, okay, so next option is groundwater flow through a heterogeneous. Okay, if it is homogeneous then this condition will not hold. Okay, for homogeneous. Okay, and the groundwater flow through anisotropic media. Okay, all of the options are correct. Okay, next question is, this question is for from the this question is a little bit tricky also. Okay, mod flow. Okay, in context of numerical groundwater flow modeling using mod flow, the stress period must be defined and data incorporation accordingly. So it is this option. Okay, simulation of groundwater flow under transit condition. Okay, Some questions you will just remember, okay. For the if you don't means sometimes while giving exam now this type of questions are coming now. If you directly remember some of these questions now, if this okay, if you don't have concept, suppose, so you just directly remember this question, okay, and if next time this question will directly come, then you can answer that type of questions, okay. Next question is this is a Darcy equation, and this negative sign what it represent, okay. So it represent it means this negative sign indicate that flow of water is in the direction of decreasing head, okay, decreasing head, okay, okay. Suppose this is means this axis is there now. This is 0. This side we are getting positive, and this side we are getting negative now. Okay, that's why. Okay. Next question is the equation for steady state radial flow to a tubal well in an unconfined aquifer. Drive with the help of Dupit's assumptions can we use to estimate. What we can estimate from this? We're estimating hydraulic conductivity. Okay. Next question is 77. For a linear array of 5 piezometric piezometers in a confined aquifer separated by 100 meters in each in east-west direction. Okay, they're separated by 100 meters. Okay. Okay, a line joining the data plots of piezometric head versus distance. Okay, uh, if I will construct this dot on this now 100 meter interval. Okay, suppose here means it is a confined aquifer. Okay, the piezometric head will be same in all the three. Okay, piezometric head will be same in all the data. Okay, so we will get a straight line if I will plot one side depth and one side piezometric head. Okay, next question is the band of satellite based remote sensing that is most effectively used to differentiate vegetation between vegetation, soil, and water. So it is near infrared. Okay. There is one picture regarding this vegetation, oil, and water, soil, and water. Okay. So in that we can clearly see that water can only reflect this much. Okay, and it is a boundary of this is a visual, this is the infrared boundary. Okay. Next question is the ratio of electromagnetic energy reflect or diffuse by a surface to the total incident energy is most this is the albedo. Okay, the rock spectral reflectance help helps in their identification using a remote sensing imagery. Okay, so what are the things that helps to study the remote sensing image? Okay, it depends upon the organic matter. No, it is not depending on, it is depending upon the composition of the, you want to separate out the rocks, no? That this is limestone, this is something basalt, Okay, this is granite. So we have to rock spectral, no? So wavelength. So this wavelength will help us, okay, and when it this electromagnetic react with the rock now, so it will give some reflectance at a particular wavelength, okay, and it depend upon the composition of the material, okay, not on the other things, okay. So this is our right option. Next question is remote sensing using energy naturally, okay. So natural energy, okay, is used in passive remote sensing, okay. The energy is naturally, okay. If a means that satellite or sensor that provide energy itself and record that the same energy reflectance, okay, we call it as a active remote sensing, okay, radar like this, okay. So the next question is uh, which of the following refers to the numbers computed by dividing the number of stream segment of a given order by the number of stream segment of the next higher order, okay. Suppose this is our first order and this is our next first order, okay. So uh, this is given by a b, okay. Bifurcation ratio is given by this, okay. Number of stream of order divided by the number of stream of next order, okay, the lower order, okay. Suppose, okay, this is our there is also a way, okay, we call it as the first order, okay. So how many number of streams are there? We can write in the top divided by the next order. Suppose this is 1 meet, we will get 2. Okay, 1 meet, we will get 2. Okay, in this way. How many streams? 2. How many first order? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or something. In this we will get a bifurcation ratio. Okay. Next question is the ratio of total length of a channel of all order in the basin to the drainage area, okay. Total length divided by area, it is a drainage density, okay. Next question is graphite is a metamorphic deposit, okay. Next question is which of the following is associated with mafic ultimum, okay. It is pentalandite pg elements, nickel, chromium, all those things are associated with this, okay. Next question is galena is the most important and common ore of, it is a simple question, okay. That is answered. Which of the following deposit is primarily associated with the Gondwana basin of eastern and central India? Simple question, okay. Gondwana basin we get coal, okay. Next question is a petroleum reservoir is desired to have which one of the following properties? It should be porous as well as permeable. Reservoir, okay. Reservoir is I will explain, okay. Suppose this is a source rock, a shale. This is a sandstone, okay. And this is some anticline where we are getting gas, oil, and water, okay. Shale is a source rock. It will provide oil in this due to buoyancy, capillary action, and other things, okay. So this is the primary movement, okay, primary migration. If water is means oil is moving in this and reach to the trap site, we call it as a secondary migration, okay. So if we want to move oil in the reservoir, okay, so it should have it should be sufficiently porous as well as permeable. Okay. Next question is, I will directly tell. Okay. Okay. Polymorphism is how polymorphism and isomorphism, same structure, different composition. In this, different same composition, different structure. Okay, what they are asking, the characteristics of a chemical substance to crystallize in more than one form, that is when a mineral can exist in a different crystal form, even though the chemical formula remains same. So this is polymorphism. An isomorphism is one side movement, okay, like pyrite to marcasite. Okay, mean it is a part of this. Okay, monomorphism is single. Next is this luster, pearly luster. It is a present in talc. Okay, diamond have some other luster. If you know adamantine or something like that. Okay, I forgot the exact word. Okay, all this also having the same. Okay. Next question is mica mineral. So mica mineral have a basal cleavage. Okay, directly remember. Okay, because it pile up in a sheet. Okay, and one more thing that you should also know that in which octahedral cleavage is there. Okay, okay, diamond have which cleavage in this diamond, galena, pyroxene. Okay, and one more thing, how much means cleavage, how many cleavage directions? Okay, 3, 4, 6. Okay, in which 6 is there? Spheroid. Okay, 4 is present in fluorite. Okay. Next question is feldspars, quartz, feldsparites, and geolites. Geolite group minerals are most likely to have. Okay, in which crystal silicate structure? Okay, so it is present in tectosilicate. Isosilicate we will get olivine, andalusite, kyanite, sillimanite like this. Okay, and with this we also have this is mica. Okay, and with this we should also remember the ratio of Si and O. Okay, for future exams. Okay, if you need more detailed video on this, you just mention. Okay, hornblende is a very common mineral in which of the following mineral groups? Hornblende is a mineral of simple question. Okay, amphibolite. Next question is which of the following mineral in a hand specimen can be a transparent colorless mineral, vitreous luster and rhombohedral cleavage with hardness of 3? If you know that more scale of hardness, talc, gypsum, calcite, so our answer is calcite. If you don't know other things, you just go with this. Next question is the angle between any two adjacent crystal face. Suppose this is our crystal face and the angle between these two is called interfacial angle. Next question is which of the following crystal system does not have any axis of symmetry? It is triclinic. Triclinic does not have any axis. It has a center of symmetry but does not have any other things. Okay, center of plane of symmetry and axis of symmetry is not present. Okay, and most means symmetry elements present within isometric. Okay, Next question is the free air correction to measure gravitational acceleration data in field. Okay, so in there are two terms. Okay, one is free air, one is Vogler correction. Okay, also in free air. Okay, we are talking about the material. Okay, between the, suppose this is like this. Here we are measuring. Here we are measuring. Okay, okay. So we are measuring with respect to elevation. Okay, in this. Okay, and in Vogler anomaly we are measuring with respect to mass. Okay, in this elevation. Okay, so our right option is does not contain the intensity of material. Intensity of material is not here. Okay, it is present in Vogler. Okay, this option is for Vogler. Okay, does not. If it is like that, it considered the density of material, then it is Vogler. Okay, next is between the measured elevation and the ellipsoid. Okay, density of the material is not considered. Okay, so here, so our right option is this one. Okay, next is Vogler anomaly over mountain is always negative. At mid-oceanic ridge, it is positive. Okay, in subduction zone, it is negative. Next question is Terry and Heskin. Okay, but they are telling that option is means what this person tell. Suppose this is our block. Okay, suppose it is density is 2.1, 2.2, different density, but with depth all have same density. Okay, like 3.333 or increasing density with depth. Okay, this Heskin is the Heskin use array as well Pratt mod both. Okay, he combine both and give this model. Okay, so an upper layer of earth float on a denser magma like substrata just as ice floating in water. All the three theories are like this. Okay, something is there above that our crust or continental part is floating. Okay, so this option is correct. Okay, and the next option is the height of the mountain above the sea level is much less than the crust underneath. Okay, it is also true. Next option is when the density of the crust and mantle are assumed to be constant. Okay, the thickness of the root zone of the mountain varies in proportion to the elevation of the topography. Okay, it is also true. Okay, this concept is a little deeper. Okay, it is not as easy. Okay, because numerical type questions are also built by using this. Okay, anti-root, root zone. Okay, so right option is all of the above. Okay, the next question is the reflected seismic data used for oil and gas. Okay, so now if you have any doubt, any query, or anything that you want in more detail in this video, or any other things that you want from me, I'm ready to help you. So whatever your queries, just mention in the comment box. Okay, and if you want to know what is going to be the cutoff, so cutoff is between, because there are only two posts, so cutoff is going to be between 62, 70 to 80 for open, and one post is for SC, so it is going to be 60 to 70. Okay, thank you. Hope you learned something from this video. Try to share this video with your friends so that they can also get the benefit.